order. Commissioner Shepard, would you lead us in prayer?
Pray with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all of our many blessings, and thank you for this beautiful fall day. We ask that you be with Commissioner Linda Hayes tonight and her family through the recent loss of her son Josh. We pray that you continue to be with those in our community who are sick and hurting. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we continue to do the work of our community and our county. In Christ's name we pray.
Amen. Everyone stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Simpkins?
Here.
Mr. Eby?
Here.
Mr. McElwain? Here. Mr. Beatty? Here. Mr. Dawson? Here. Ms. Spicer? Here. Mr. Buckner? Mr. Ellis?
Here.
Mr. Shepard?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Ms. Hayes? Mr. Reed?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Clerk. We do have a quorum. First order of business is the approval of the minutes from the August 17th, 2020 session. Open floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Shepard. Any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item of business is committee reports. Any committee report tonight? Hearing none, the next item of business is elections. The Agriculture Extension Committee has submitted the name elect Ms. Connie Hurd to fill the unexpired term left vacant by Ms. Tamara Manley. I'll open the floor to motion. Motion by Commissioner Spicer, second by Commissioner Reed. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item is resolutions. As we go into this, as you have questions tonight, I want to remind you to speak into your microphones. I'm not doing a very good job of it myself, so the people in the audience can hear you, and also those on YouTube can hear what you're saying. First item under resolutions, quarterly financial report, all funds except schools. Mr. Hall.
Mayor, I don't have anything to add to the quarterly reports.
Any questions from Mr. Hall? Hearing none, I'll open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Dawson. Any questions for Mr. Hall? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 2, amendments. All funds except schools. Mr. Hall.
This is the amendments for the circuit court for computers and the dairy reserves for up to 3 sheriff vehicles.
Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Eby. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Dawson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 3, borrowing for ambulance service to purchase ambulance and cot. Mr. Hall.
Yeah, this is just for the ambulance service, the ambulance for the cot, ambulance and the cot. This is for that.
This is a budget item. Motion by Commissioner Reed. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Spicer. Any questions for Mr. Hall? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Next item is a resolution to authorize Dickson County Juvenile Court to apply for federal access and visitation grant and to amend the county budget relative to the grant funds to be received and expended. I think the most important thing in this is a $7,000 grant, and it's a 100% grant. It requires no funds to Dickson County to apply for these grants. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Dawson, second by Commissioner Eby. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 5, partial closure Slater Road. Mr. Burgess. Is there any questions from Mr. Burgess? This, like all these other things, were covered at work session, but he's here to answer any questions you may have. Motion by Commissioner Simpkins. Do I have a second? The second was Commissioner Reed. Any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number six, I'm sorry, reduce speed limit on Fowler Road. Commissioner Dawson, I think we were looking for your input on that. How did you want to go with that? Excuse me? Motion to approve by Commissioner Dawson. Do I have a second? I'm sorry, Commissioner Reed heard his second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. On items number 7 and 8, I would like to move that we suspend the rules so we can take these up. To have a motion to suspend the rules. Motion by Commissioner Evie, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any discussion? All in favor of rule suspension, vote by stating aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. On this, the number 7, the file cabinet bid for Justice Center, these funds are already budgeted in the Justice Center budget, but because it was not part of the budget, part of Frierson's building process, it had to be bid out. So we went through the traditional bidding process of getting our bids. This was the lowest and best bid from Tensco here locally. So that came out to, I think, was it $83,000 on that. So we're pleased that we're getting the lowest best from someone here local. So like I said, the money is budgeted, but we need to go and get it approved now so they can get them ordered. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Shepherd. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item is, on this, what I'd like to hand out to everyone is a piece of property, and as you'll see, a very small piece of property that Dickson County owns in the industrial park. We had asked some time ago for this to be surveyed off, and I'll wait till it's passed out where you can all see it. When the road was cut in some years ago for the building pads where Dow Tile now sits, when that road was cut in, because of the rocks that built into I'm sorry, did you get one there? Somebody's got a handful of them. Thank you. I'll go back to it. I'm sorry, didn't mean to get ahead of y'all. On this is a road coming in. It's now known as Warren Medley Drive. You can see from that swath through there, that was the original road. What was done is you can see Warren Medley Boulevard is to the east of that. That was a cheaper way to build that road in there at the time when they did that about 20 years ago. By doing that, we had to work with Dow Tile when they came to get that property transferred, because actually that Warren Medley Boulevard was built on Metrocan's property. So that portion has been worked out. So that road is completely inside the city of Dickson now, along with the cul-de-sac. What it left up here is, and I have it circled with the ink pen, where it says new right-of-way line and parcel, which is 0.93 acres. That's a hillside there, which has got about a 20 to 30% bank on it. It belongs to Dickson County, but Mr. Lewis, Mike Lewis of Lewis Lumber, has agreed to buy that because it's like a piece of land that we don't need. It's obviously we're not earning tax dollars on it. It's 0.93 acres. What we'd like to do is transfer this to the Industrial Development Board, where they can sell it to them for $5,000. We agreed on that price. Like I said, typically we sell land for $20,000 an acre in the industrial park, but that's unusable. So this way it'll help clean this map up. So that's what we're asking to do. Another reason is he's getting ready to build on that, and the Industrial Development Board meets on, I believe it's October 3rd. It's where the first October Friday is. So we want to get it before them because we will not be back here to do that. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. If you have no questions, I'll open the floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Shepherd to send to the Industrial Development Board for their dismissal of the property. I have a second. Second by Commissioner Reed. Any questions? Any questions or discussions? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Back under other business, the commissioners on their desks have copies of the annual reports from the fee officers for the period ending 6/30/2020. This is required by Tennessee Code annotated sections 58-505 and TCA section 67-5-1902. Next item on the floor is discussion of weight limit study. There have been a weight limit study that was requested by the county commission and done at the direction of Mr. Burgess at the Highway Department. Y'all received that a few weeks ago. Open the floor for any discussion wants to be made on that.
Mayor, when we originally passed this, it was the understanding that we were going to have an engineer report done and then come back and discuss and figure out if we've done the right thing or not. But based upon the engineer study, it looks like that road is capable of holding that amount of weight on that road. So at this point, I think we have no choice but to make a motion to overturn that.
Motion by Commissioner Eby to reverse the weight limit on 2 Mile Road. Is there a second? I'm sorry. And Hogan Road, yes. Have a motion to reverse that by Commissioner Eby. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Shepard. Open the floor for discussion. Questions called for. Is any objection with the question being called? Hearing none. All in favor vote by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next item is discussion amendments of rezoning resolution. Did you get your name? Yeah, was that Commissioner Reeves' name? No, thank you. Turnbull Preservation Group sent myself and the commissioners some ideas on amending the zoning resolutions. Want to bring y'all's attention under this. We want to follow the rules that we generally do, so we will not be arbitrary and capricious. Under amendments to resolutions, how it's typically done, no change or departure from the text of maps as certified by the Planning Commission shall be made unless such change or departure first submitted to the Planning Commission and approved by it or disapproved, receive the favorable vote of a majority of the entire membership of the County Commission. No amendment to this resolution will become effective unless it shall have been proposed by or first been submitted to the Dickson County Regional Planning Commission for its review and recommendation. Before finally adopting any such amendment, the County Commission shall hold a public hearing thereupon at least 30 days notice of time and place, which shall be given by at least one publication in a newspaper or general circulation. Those are the general rules how we typically handle that. I'll open the floor for the direction for will of the commission.
Your Honor, I think we should pass this on to planning and zoning for review to see if there's anything needs to be done different.
Thank you. That's a motion by Commissioner Spicer. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Simpkins. So the motion is to send this to the Planning Commission for them to look at it, to review it, to make any recommendations they see fit. Any discussion or any more questions? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item of business is discussion of comprehensive land use plan. I did not send this out to y'all, but and I will get that to you tomorrow. We started a discussion some time ago with the with Planning Commission, Mr. Darnell, when he came on board, about looking at our comprehensive land use plan for the unincorporated parts of Dickson County. We had followed the work that had been done by Rogers Anderson, the mayor of Williamson County, and the work they had done on that. He shared with me back in March a draft copy of what they were working on. We were wanting at that point to bring it to the Planning Commission and then to the County Commission to start that discussion, but Obviously, we know what happened in March with COVID and getting off track on that. But I attended the meeting, the Planning Commission meeting, their last meeting, I guess that was week and a half ago. Shared with them a copy of the land use plan, and I will also share it with y'all. What we want to do here over the next couple of months is start putting out requests for qualifications from an engineering group that they can come in and look at this, where we can start looking at the different issues we had over land use. I think it's been obviously punctuated with the fuel tank issue, and then even before that with the R2 zoning that was going to go on out where properties asked to be rezoned that was agriculture. Obviously, we could take care of that because it was a zoning issue, but not with this on the storage tank facility. So, but all that being said, it's important for us to get a handle on this because growth is here. It's going full speed. 10 years when some of showed up, we're in the middle of a deep recession. Had to take care of some of those things, finances, but it's time for us to get out in front of it. It's really past time. But what we want to do is it'll be a plan that's not only approved by the Planning Commission and this body. We want community involvement in this because we're talking about what Dickson County is going to look like in 20, 30, and 40 years from now when most of us will either be very old or not around. So we want to make it a community plan where we have community involvement because it's not going to be a Dickson County government plan. It needs to be a plan of the people of Dickson County and the vision they have for their county to be. So I will get that email to y'all tomorrow morning where y'all can look at the Williamson County draft plan. And as we meet in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, let's start having some casual input from you, or if any of you like to talk to me directly and get some ideas on that. But it's going to be such a plan of such a volume. It can't be done by staff or just by a few boards. We're going to have to look at getting some kind of a planner help, and we need to find a group that's done it before. So again, we'll set up a committee to review the request for qualifications, then bring it, get the blessing of the Planning Commission, and then bring it to this board for your approval if you see fit us doing that. But I just think it's due time that we get started on that. Next item of business is election of chairman and chairman pro tem for the Dickson County Legislative Body.
I'd like to make a motion that we elect you for chairman and regular session and work session of the county commission.
We have a motion by Commissioner Simpkins. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Spicer. Motion's made. Any other motions like to be made? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next is a vote for chairman pro tem. Commissioner Simpkins has been the pro tem chairman for some time, and Commissioner Hayes has been the pro tem chairman of the work session, where Commissioner Simpkins has been the chairman of the regular session. So we'll open the floor on a motion for that. Motion for both of those, Commissioner Simpkins, Dawson, and Hayes. Thank you. Second by Commissioner McElwain. Any other discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you. Look forward to a good 2 years together. Next item of business, or is any other business from the commissioners before I move on to approval of notaries? Next item is approval of notaries. Madam Clerk.
Brandon Abel, Courtney Albert, Kara Critchfield, Brian Davidson, Belinda Hammock, Sharon Hawkins, Christina Johnson, Jean Jones, Michelle McDonald, Angela Mayberry, Brittany Reynolds, Donnell Tucker, Blake Tyler, and Joy Upchurch.
Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. One other announcement. I should have done another business, but I'll do it here. Whenever we do a borrowing, we have to come back to you whenever the note's been signed, the C20253 that's required by the control of the Treasury. The note on the library that we refinanced at an interest rate of 2%, that was closed upon today. There's not a vote required. I'm just required by law to notice that that was done. So there. Any other announcements? I would point out, as Commissioner Shepherd pointed out, that Ms. Hayes, Commissioner Linda Hayes, about her son, I know y'all all already have heard your thoughts and prayers, but I would like to remind you too, she's not here for us to point out that her birthday is this coming Friday, September 25th. So if y'all will point that out to her as you think about that on next days, we'll be kind and gentle with her this time, but we appreciate Ms. Hayes' service and truly grieve for her and her family during this time of loss. Is there any other announcements that need to be made for the final announcement? No, no eating out, no, yours is in November, right? So you've got, okay. Is it, what are we doing this time? Is it ham? Okay. We'll firm that up next time. Van Leer, y'all just quit out there, haven't you? All right, that's fair enough. Is,
Charlotte Festival has been postponed this year too.
no. Anyone else have anything? Commissioner Beatty, you having a party in your barn we can all go to? Okay, all right. Commissioner Shepherd, you know, I made everyone aware that last week, 2 weeks ago, you had a procedure done and couldn't be with us. We're tickled that you're back and glad you're doing well. There's no other announcements. The last one will be the next regular session meeting will be on Monday, October 19th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in the Buford L. Booty Reed Jr. County Commission Chamber of the Dickson County Courthouse, 4 Court Square, Charlotte, Tennessee. To have a motion, second adjourn? Thank you.